It's time for Growing Hope, the show determined to grow up hearts open to pursue the extraordinary. Because you are extraordinary! And now, it's your host, Catherine Lang.
Hello there, and welcome to Growing Hope. I am Catherine Lang, your voice of encouragement on a journey to scatter seeds of hope around the globe, and I can use your help. Please subscribe to this video and share with someone that you know is looking for a path to create their best life, because that's what we're doing. We're investing in creating our best life. Hope is a huge element of that. The more we're invested in hope, the more we create opportunities for our lives and for the lives of the people that we encounter. And that's really what it's all about. How are you impacting? How are you investing? How are you engaging with the people that you encounter? Because when we're invested in each other, we are creating a legacy. We're not just creating a life. So we are on this journey, and I need your help to create a world of hope. So remember to subscribe by clicking the button on the YouTube channel, or and to share out with your friends. So this week we are focused on beginning this journey to keep on keeping on. Last series was all about learning to talk butterfly. You can find all that information over at growinghoperadio.com. Check out all the past episodes. This next series is about keep on keeping on. And this week, our focus is on keep caring. Because sometimes it can be tough caring about the people in this world. Sometimes it can be tough caring about the people in the same house with you. Because you get annoyed, you get tired, you get worn out. And we need to be invested in finding ways for us to keep caring. So today's focus is on caring clarifies your perspective. So the first thing is that you begin to see beyond yourself. The second thing is that you develop a sense of responsibility outside of self. Third is it breaks apart expectations. Fourth, it enhances our hunger to know more. And finally, fifth, it weighs the true cost so that we can keep our lives in the right balance. We can remember what is really important. We have to be invested in caring for other people. We have to be intentional in our engagement with other people. We have to make choices each and every day, each and every minute of each and every day, to put others before self. That's what we talked about yesterday. We have to put others before self. So on this journey to understand how caring clarifies perspective, think about how when you are unattached to something, you don't really worry about what happens to it. I am much more likely to be unattached to things outside of our immediate circle. My husband, however, gets attached to the dog we pass on the side of the road, to the duck that is out there floating in the water with its baby, to just about everything. He has a very strong empathic nature. So he gets attached to everything. I have to be invested in caring in order to shift my perspective. When I choose to care about something, when I choose to really get into the truth of something, my perspective begins to shift. It's no longer just me in this journey. Now I've brought other things into this circle that I have created, this bubble of life that I have created, whether it's taking time to get to know people in Sunday school, or taking time to get to know more about the checkout girl at the grocery store, or guy, whatever it is, because I choose to care, it clarifies my perspective on situations. So the first thing is to think about how when you care for something, you see beyond yourself, just like I was talking about. It's no longer just this bubble. It's no longer just me and my family. Now I've expanded my bubble to include other people, other situations, other circumstances. And it shifts the focus from being, what have you done for me lately? And begins to recognize that it has to be about, what can I do for you? Over the last few weeks, we've been doing a book study in our, I think it's in our Sunday school class. We do a book study in our Sunday school class, and we do a book study in our Wednesday night class. And I'm doing a personal book study. So I get my books mixed up. But one of them was encouraging us to be intentional in investing in other people. And I've taken that challenge to heart. One of the things that we were told to do is pray every day, Lord, what do you want me to say yes to today? And I have been, if someone comes up in my Facebook feed or in my social media feed, or someone comes to my mind, I have been trying to intentionally message them a specific prayer, or to reach out and say, how can I be an encouragement to you today? Even in my social media, when somebody just likes my post, or especially if they share the post or comment, I try to engage them personally and intentionally, because it's not about me. It's not about what I can get out of this situation. It's about why God has placed them in my path at this moment. What can I do for you? That's a huge shift in perspective, but it comes from caring. When we're invested in caring, it pulls away from, it's all about me, 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 which is just puts the brakes. Thank you, Vicky. Puts the brakes on the relationship. If that's all people hear is you're squilling me, then they're not going to be interested in expanding the relationship. But if you are truly invested in other people and in caring for other people, it's going to shift your perspective from the all about me to what can I do for you. The second thing is that our caring shifts our perspective, clarifies our perspective, because it develops a sense of responsibility. When I care for you, or I care for something, then I am responsible in some ways for you. Now, I cannot fix you. If I could fix people, I would have fixed my family long ago. I would have fixed a lot of things. I was just telling one of the gentlemen from our condo yesterday that if no one asks me, if people would just ask me, the government, the HOA, whoever, if they would ask me first, that I could fix a lot of the situations. But they don't ask. But when we choose to care, we begin to be responsible. We begin to feel responsible, to feel invested in the well-being of those that we care about. That means that I take it upon myself to pray for you. I take it upon myself to be available to you. I take it upon myself to assist when I can assist. That does not mean that I have to do it for you. That's not responsibility. That is, I'm not empowering you. I'm taking your power away when I do it for you. My goal, when you develop a sense of responsibility, my goal becomes to empower you. What can I do to encourage, infuse hope and possibility thinking, but to be responsible in some way for your journey? I cannot do your journey for you, but I can be more invested in your journey. And when I choose to care, I become more invested. It's just a natural pathway for things. When you choose to care, you become connected to, you become entwined with. That's what I'm doing. I just realized you couldn't see. I'm just pushing my fingers together, and I'm entwining my fingers together, because we become entwined together when we choose to care for each other. The third thing about how caring clarifies our perspective is that it breaks apart expectations. And this is huge because we all heard things about people, about cities, about countries, about states that if we stay there in that perspective, then we can never know the truth of the people or the location. But when we choose to care and learn and grow and understand, it shatters walls. It shatters those preconceived ideas. Dare we say prejudices? Uh, it allows for us to move beyond the we've never done it that way before. I'm reading one of the books in the Wheel of Time series, and a young lady from another country they're trying to invade a country, and she comes into this country and meets the people that are so horrible. You know, they're raised to they're this worst of the worst, and not only are they the worst of the worst, the whole point of that other country is to take over her country. And she comes in and she meets some of the people accidentally that are supposedly trying to destroy her, and they're nothing like she was taught. But because she started caring before she knew who they were, it allowed for that opening and that opportunity to see. When we care about people, we don't judge them by what others say, we judge them by their heart. And when we choose to care about people and judge them by their heart, all those preconceived ideas start to float away. And we begin to know the truth about who they are and where they are and what they are and how we can be invested. Because remember, caring brings in that responsibility. So once we break apart those expectations, we can begin to see how we can invest in, engage with, encourage for, and it makes a difference. The fourth thing about how caring clarifies your perspective is that it enhances the hunger to know more. So not only have you broken down all these walls, but now you're interested, you're intrigued, you want to learn. You want to learn about the person, you want to learn about the location, you want to learn about the situation. You begin to dig in, you begin to expand your horizons. You begin to learn. And remember, learning is growing, and we have to be invested in growing. So caring feeds your growth, which leads you into becoming what it is you're uniquely designed to be. It's a process. Caring doesn't steal anything from you. Caring for other people does not take away from your ability to live your unique design. It enhances your ability to do that. Because we're designed to be in relationships. We're designed to work together and to work for each other and to be a support and encouragement with each other. And that's what caring does. It makes those connections. And when we make those connections, then we're able to walk out what we're supposed to do when we're supposed to do it, because we have this stirring up a strength, a courage, a boldness that comes from caring for other people, and an inherent need to be invested in their journey. As we learn more, we find more ways to get involved, to get invested, and to be a support for what people are doing. When you choose to care, you choose to share. I just made that up. But it's true. When we care for other people, we share information, we share experiences, we share support, resources, whatever, because we're invested and we're expanding beyond what we thought we knew, what we thought was there, into a world of possibilities that continues to expand as we care. And finally, caring clarifies our perspective because it weighs the true cost. It pushes, it makes us examine the values that we have. It makes us examine the priorities that we have. It allows us to push aside the things that aren't moving us towards our possibility of living and to just let it go. This has been a huge journey for me in the last 3 years. Some of you may know we were hit by a tornado in 2020. A lot of what we owned was destroyed. And we were put in situations where we don't have the space that we had. So we've had to release things. And releasing the furniture and household items wasn't as much of a challenge for me as releasing the plants. I loved my garden, didn't have nearly enough time to spend in it as I wanted to. So it was never quite what I wanted it to be or what it had started out to be. But last month, I recognized that my life is not in those plants. And even though I love the cut flowers, I love cut flowers. It's one of the reasons I love my garden. I have so many friends that do cut flowers from their gardens that I don't have to have it myself. And not only does it allow me to connect with my friends and support them in their journey, but it frees me up to do more of what I'm uniquely designed to do. Just because we can do something, just because we're good at it, just because we enjoy something in our lives doesn't mean it's moving us towards where we want to go. And if it's holding us back or holding us down, then we have to weigh that cost and weigh that value. When we invest in caring for other people, it helps us weigh that cost and weigh that value and see where things truly fall. Are they keeping us here or helping us, like we talked about in the last series, take flight into our possibilities? We are called to be invested in each other. We're called to be in relationship with each other. We are called to strengthen and encourage each other. And we do this by making the intentional choice to care for each other. And when we keep on caring for each other, then we find that it clarifies our perspective. So it clarifies our perspective by, one, we see beyond self. Two, we develop a sense of responsibility for those we care about. Three, we break apart all those expectations and prejudgments that we've put in place. Four, we enhance our hunger to know more about each other, about the situation, about the circumstances. And five, we weigh the true cost of what we have, what we're doing, and where we're going. Caring is a powerful way to take the next step into your possibility because it brings you into connection with other people. And when we are connected, when we are building those connections, growing those connections and strengthening those connections, then we are prepared. Even we're stronger, we're better, we're bolder because we care. Now, I care about your journey and I want to hear all about your journey. Jump over to CatherineLang.com. See, it's right there, CatherineLang.com. And sign up for a free call today. 20-minute call. Let's chat about what it is that's on your heart and how I can be an encouragement to you in your journey. And don't forget, like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel. The more we connect, share, and engage, the more that we show how we care. See how I brought that around? We are all designed on purpose and for a purpose, and caring is just one step of that journey. Be invested in caring this week, and until next time, in all that you're doing, be blessed and be a blessing.
Thank you for joining us for Growing Hope with Catherine Lang, where we are sharing hope, encouragement, and inspiration to do more. Visit www.catherinelang.com to invite Catherine to be part of your event or to share your own stories of possibility living. Until next time, remember that a seed of hope planted and nurtured will grow up into a world of possibilities.